Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric with Your Essential Practice. For today's Divinely Guided Rune reading, we're doing a bit of a time correction here, along with this whole Saturn retrograde, in theme with this, going all the way back into Pisces. So what that means is now the rune videos are a week ahead. So this will give you a whole week to digest and discern all the information. You're still getting the weekly rune readings, but we're skipping essentially this week, so you can take this week as either a week off energetically or a week to study up for this upcoming huge astrological and astronomical shift that is occurring collectively for all of us. So what does that all mean? That's all in the description box below, all that astrological information, but we're getting into, like I said, the Saturn retrograding all the way back into Pisces, and not only that, we have this huge lunar eclipse. We're in the middle of eclipse season that started with this new moon. Now we have this full moon partial eclipse, and then we have a solar eclipse coming up after that, and we have this huge cosmic visitor coming to us here in the coming months. That is a huge, phenomenal, astronomical impact to all of us. So let's discern what all of that means. All right, let's ground right now. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose, out through the mouth, and really just appreciate this opportunity to get into today's divinely guided rune reading and tap into the information that's available, taking this extra week to discern and digest all the information. Moving forward, having all of the information a week in advance before the readings actually take place. Before, I was doing it the day of, the start of that week, giving you almost no chance to adjust. Here you have the opportunity to adjust. All right. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into your Divinely Guided Rune reading. Greetings, Libra, and welcome to your Divinely Guided Rune reading here for the week. Let's get your rune for the energetic pass. Here we have Pertho. So Pertho here in your energetic pass, this is like an energetic gamble that you've taken, like an energetic leap, where Divine is saying, look, take that leap, I got you. Yeah, this could be an unraveling of mysteries or unveiling of mysteries, a revelation of mysteries. Wunjo, the gambler's, or excuse me, Pertho. I don't know why I said Wunjo. Pertho here, the gambler's cup is that initiation process, like a friendly competition as well, or like a pregnancy where you know how it begins, pretty sure you're knowing how it's going to end, but you want the best possible outcome for that ending. So you're traveling through this room with these energies, pivoting, twisting, and turning, guiding along the outcome to your favor, hopefully, right? So through this, you start off in one perspective, but you end up with a shifted perspective, thus being initiated, having taken that energetic leap. Now let's get a Unikite rune for clarity on that. Yeah, stability, faith. This is the rune Algies. This is very grounded. Remember when we have the lines going straight down on the runes? They're very grounded energy. Algies is the antlers of the elk as well for your built-in divine defense, divine protection, and your divine connection. So this is like an energetic leap forward that's guided by faith, right? This is letting your faith lead the way, so to speak. This is really beautiful. This could be because of a defensive posture that you've had to take, a reactive or a responsive kind of energy where it's like, fine, I'm going to move forward with my faith and just take this blind leap with or without you. So taking what resonates here, please, leaving what doesn't. Let's get your rune for the energetic now. Yeah, Wunjo. Wunjo is your clan flag of success, planting that clan flag in the top of the hill with the energies of celebration, pleasure, bliss, joy, plenty. That's showing up with your clan with the energies of showing up, putting in that work, dedication day after day after day, right? Reaching back and helping each other up, right? That faith, that dedication work, and finally getting that successful outcome. The energetic leap has proven to be a positive direction for you to go into, and divinely guided so because even more so in your faith and true service to your divine source blueprint. Um, let's get that rune of clarity here for Wunjo. I kind of knew Wunjo was coming up too, apparently, because I was mispronouncing this as Wunjo here. That's very interesting. These are all shuffled in between. But regardless, you're clarified with the rune of clarity here in Wunjo. The Unakite rune here is Dagas. Now, the Lapis Lazuli rune here in Wunjo and then Dagas, we have this transmutative energy where you have that infinite sort of clarity, like you're viewing this energy currently as like a third party observer, where you're like that person sitting in the movie theater with the popcorn watching this movie unfold, and you're being very entertained by all of this, but recognizing too that this is the literal transmutation from night into day. That unveiling of mysteries is unfolding, and it's happening right before your eyes, and you're embodying this. This has a great deal to do with you. This is you emerging from the chrysalis as a butterfly, knowing that you're never going to be the same again. So, what is in your energetic near future? Energetic near future is more clarity in communication. This is Anzus, the antenna rune. The Anzus here is that divine downloads, prophetic dream work, more increased awareness of intuition, divine downloads like the claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience, all the clairs, right? Prophetic dreams too, premonition dreams, enhanced psychic abilities, open, more in tune to divine communication. This is also a message saying to be open to those typical ways divine likes to talk with us, right? Like that song that hits us out of the blue, or a message from a friend that just seems to really resonate. Or palindrome numbers, repeating numbers, spirit animals, colors, you name it, right? Divine's always trying to speak with us. It's always up to us to tune in. So let's get a rune of clarity for Anzus. What's the rune of clarity for Anzus here? All right, so Ewaz. Ewaz is the horse rune. So this is like a pilgrimage you're going onto. This is an energetic source that's proven itself to you through several instances throughout your life, like man's best friend, the horse. And through this is a rune of journey, a rune of travel, a rune of pilgrimage and communication. So maybe you're connecting with this other energetic source, and whether this is your relationship with divine or relationship with yourself, a family member, co-worker, a spouse, you name it. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Right? This could be calling for you to communicate better with this person, or you get that enhanced level of communication. Notice how this horse rune here, it looks like Lagus and then Lagus, mirroring itself. So this is a very emotional tie to this communication. This is somebody who knows your intuition, somebody who knows how to effectively communicate with you on an emotional level. So this is going to resonate for you in the heart space, very much in your future. What's your influence of the now energy? Now energy influence is more in stability, strength, durability, endurance. This is like the world tree of Yggdrasil. This is that world axis of all the world's information. You're that squirrel in the middle in the Norse pantheon, balancing the information between the great condor on the top and the great serpent at the bottom. This is that head and heart balance. Yeah, the head and heart balance is coming up. So this is a reminder here too that we need to sway and be flexible with these energies. If we don't, or if we sway too much, our branches can snap and we can become Isa. The rune Isa is like a pause or needing to go within and have more delay in clarity, or needing to repeat a life lesson somehow. But when we do flex, when we embody this U tree, the YEW, right, the tree that bows are made out of, very dependable, and flexible, right? Like you're flexing with the wind, and then you can start to see the sun on the other side of the branches. So that's the opposite of Isa, thawing out your emotional waters, being open to that balance of communication. Okay, Libra, that's very, very key, is that balance of communication, that head and heart space. What is that rune influenced with? Tiwas, yeah, doing that inner work, showing up for yourself, the dedication, that is going to be a way, that vector of victory, knowing what is right, what is just. This is very much your energy. This is very Libra energy, having that innate, built-in sense of balance, fairness, judgment, right? Sticking up for yourself and for others. This clarity shows your divinely guided path, that vector of victory, that dedication work, that stability, the toughness, the durability, the flexibility, all that comes up with this divinely guided practice. You get to embody this. You want it to be this like celebratory kind of energy, but you're kind of over here in the stability and showing up in the dedication aspect. So what is your advice for the now? These are minorly conflicting, but through that clarity, that sense of judgment, I think you have more of that aha moment. Something clicked in your mind here. And I think it's because you had to throw yourself into a situation, or another energy across your path recently that caused you to be, oh, wait, hold on. And that interrupted my joy. What's going on here? Let's see what your rune for advice is here. We got Dagas again. Yeah, let this metamorphosis happen. Let this shift happen. Let this take place. Okay, enhanced clarity, burning away the old, transmuting into the new. This is true transmutation, true alchemy. This is like what Hermes Trismegistus would have taught. This is like the, I would venture to guess, if you look at the 7 Hermetic principles, that's like transmutation and manifestation, like 101. So there's going to be, I'm being intuitively guided to say, like in books like the Kabbalion or something like that, could have a lot of answers for you, if you are confused with this head and heart space. But let this metamorphosis happen, this hunch that you're feeling, let it happen, let it take hold. You have this joy and this pleasure all around you. You can be stable and flexible still and showing up with your dedication, and have that nice balance between dedication, pleasure, and your transmutation energy. Okay? Be open to this communication happening in the future with this significant source. I want to say source. I don't want to say just another person. I really do think this could be an aspect of yourself or your relationship with divine being enhanced. Let's get a rune of clarity for the Dagas in the now advice. Yeah, healing aspects of your divine masculine. This is the god Ing's rune of Ingwaz. This is the divine masculine's rune because this is the fertile territory in which the seed is planted. So let that seed take hold in that fertile soil. You have that clarity, the transmutation energy. This is like a stoic, kind of like a healed aspect of ego, showing up very grounded, very stable. Okay, coming from a place of knowing rather than guessing, responding rather than reacting. Okay, when you're getting this communication, you want to be receptive to it. When you're responding for this stability rather than reactive, you are in that dedication throughout this process. You're getting that clarity, like, where's my joy? I'm turning this into my joy. And you get to do that. You get to transmute, take hold, and plant that seed. You could say P for planting, right? Plant your wunjo, plant your joy now. Okay, embody this is what I'm seeing. Embody this in a divine masculine aspect. Make this part of your dedication. Make this part of your, almost like a daily ritual, like smiling for 5 minutes. For a lot of us, that could even be uncomfortable. Smile for 2 minutes. That can still be uncomfortable. Start somewhere and make it your practice. Okay, let's look at your overall outcome for this whole reading here. What's your overall outcome for this? Yeah, what no longer serves you, after, like, you're changing, you're going through a huge metamorphosis. So what doesn't serve you, like, it's getting wiped away. Hagalaz here is the hail room. This is natural disasters. This is an unintended eventuality, not an if, but a when. It's not something that you want to happen necessarily, right? It's not something that you seek out to happen, but you know will naturally occur. This is irreversible, still divinely grounded and divinely connected. So this is like the Tower card in tarot. Things that don't resonate with this path that you're on, this is going to be like a pilgrimage. You're going to get like this awesome clarity, and it'll feel like a download to you. It'll be like, yep, this is where I go now. So in order for that to happen, the things in your life that don't resonate with you need to be falling away. They're distractions. They're like taking up space in your cup. How can you add to your cup when it's already full, right? You need to get rid of some of that. Okay, we all have thousands of these that happen with us in our lives. The trick here is to remember this as an opportunity, right? This is something that's happening for you rather than to you. Healed divine ego, healed divine masculine says this is happening for me, right? I get to respond to this, not react. When we react, we're like, oh, this is happening to me, woe is me, and then that communication won't happen. You're going to be closed off. Oh no, woe is me. Okay? This is a blessing, right? You almost don't even need to pay attention to this at all, but let's get a rune of clarity anyway. Yeah, healed divine feminine healing. You got divine feminine and masculine showing up in your rune reading. Here I said this looked like divine feminine mirroring itself. Laguz here is your intuition, your divine feminine creative forces, the primordial nurturing waters and creative abilities of water. So Laguz means lake. It's sea, flow, dowsing with water, scrying with water, emotional and intuitive healing. So see, Ansu's here even looks like an additional Laguz here. So it looks like Laguz like twofold. So that is super divine downloads along with super increased intuition, a lot of balance between the head and the heart space. With your intuition healing here with this Hagalaz, this again, this is hail and this is water, this is flow. Okay, so this is like a thawing out of your emotional waters, open to the more clarity of intuition. You're unraveling these mysteries, right? You've initiated this process, right? Through your dedication. Now you have the stability and the fortitude with your clan to do this, okay? Be open to this beautiful communication and this pilgrimage energy. This could be inviting you to a place of spiritual healing like Machu Picchu, Stonehenge, something like that, or a body of water. You could be going to a body of water here in the future as well, like a river or the ocean or something like that. Beware of that tower moment along the shore. Along the shore, yeah. But you still have this beautiful divine feminine healing aspect. This is great. This is a good opportunity to also remind you we all have aspects of divine feminine and masculine within all of us. You started off with a seed of faith, and look where it's getting you. All right? You were in your needing to be stoic, defensive, showing up for yourself, doing the thing, doing that work, doing your due diligence, balancing yourself, mastering, transmuting, letting that crap fall away and being open to this beautiful new answer, the new yes, the new you, right? Let me know in the comments below how this all resonates here for you, Libra. Let's get a message of clarity from the messages from the fairies oracle deck. The fairies are divinely guided beings who love to assist us in our journeys as well. So thank you, fairies. This says, you've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve the situation. You can do it. Yeah, you are using your abilities 110%. You've got this, Libra. You are more powerful than you give yourself credit for. Let's look up that card, You've Got the Power. Again, this card says, use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. Libra, you drew this card as a reminder that you're more powerful than you realize. Perhaps you've been feeling victimized lately. Well, the fairies want you to know that regardless of your age, size, or education, you've got incredible personal power. Even though the fairies are tiny beings, they channel the force of God and the universe, and you can also use it to resolve an issue, heal yourself or another, or manifest your material needs. All you have to do is believe. Additional meanings for the card are to let go of blame and let go of blame and focus upon solutions. Conduct energy healing work, especially with your hands. Another meaning is engage in strength training exercises such as weightlifting. I don't think it's that one. Let's look at another meaning. It's follow your inner guidance to resolve the situation. Yes. Another couple are to become an activist for an issue that's near and dear to your heart. And finally, Libra, speak your truth to yourself and to others. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.